Question 2, we're given two complex numbers. W is 3 minus 5i, and Z, which is 2 plus 3i. In part A, we want to write down the real part of Z, take away the imaginary part of W. The real part of Z is the 2. The imaginary part of W is negative 5. It's important to note that the I is not the imaginary part, it's just the coefficient. So this becomes 2 plus 5, which is 7. In part B, we want IW. So that's I into 3 minus 5i. Expanding, that gives me 3i minus 5i squared. And now remember that I squared is negative 1. So this becomes plus 5, so we have 5 plus 3i. In part C, we want W plus Z. So 3 minus 5i, add 2 plus 3i. So adding the real parts, 3 plus 2 is 5. For the imaginary parts, we have negative 5i, add 3i, so that's minus 2i. Then in D, we have Z plus Z bar. Well, Z is 2 plus 3i. The conjugate of Z is 2 minus 3i. The conjugate, we just change the sign on the imaginary part. So that's going to be 4, and of course the imaginary parts will disappear. Finally, in part E, we have the square root of negative 25 multiplied by Z divided by 2w. So, root negative 25 is root negative 1 root 25. We're then multiplying that by Z, which is 2 plus 3i, and dividing by 2w, which is 6 minus 10i. Root negative 1 is I, root 25 is 5, so that's 5i, 2 plus 3i, over 6 minus 10i. Now it's really important here that what we need to do is realize the denominator. And to do that, we make use of the difference of two squares. So on the top we've got this, but then we need to multiply by the conjugate of the bottom, 6 plus 10i, and on the bottom 6 minus 10i, and we multiply by the conjugate. So on top we have 5i. Expanding out, we get 12. Add 18i. Add 20i. Add 30i squared. On the bottom, we're going to get 36. Take away 100i squared, and that's going to give me plus 100. So I've just pulled this over here to give me a bit more room. So that's 5i into, this will be negative 30, add 12, so that's negative 18. And then with the i's we've got 38 all over 136. So expanding out, I know that 5 18s are 90, so I've got negative 90i. And then 5 times 38, so that's 150 plus another 40, 190 I squared all over 136. So that's going to be negative 190. Take away 90i over 136. We can cancel down a bit. So that's negative 95. Take away 45i over half of 136, which is 68. Now, as your final answer, you really should separate that into the real and the imaginary part.